And we are glad you could join us for this special coverage of the NBA preseason. A great chance to look at the year ahead. Joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And with us tonight, the author of the 700-page book of basketball, a must-read, Bill Simmons.
It's great to be here, and everyone wants me to rewrite that book, but I don't have it in me. So much has changed in basketball over the last 9 years. I got to redo my Hall of Fame pyramid, but I can't sit down and do it, Kevin. I think it's going to last.
How long did it take you to write that book?
It was 3 years of my life, and I was younger. Now it would just be coffee all day, trying to stay awake for it.
But a New York Times bestseller for multiple weeks.
It was number one. Yeah, it was
absolutely
great. And it taught me that I knew people love basketball, and I think we've seen this decade as basketball has just blossomed into something much bigger than I think it's ever been. I could tell with the book. People liked it.
Houston Rockets here at home, and an interconference matchup should be a good one. And Michael Beasley continues to remain sidelined with the injury. And now the opening lineup for Detroit. The big men are Griffin and Drummond. Jackson is out there with Kennard, and it's ABC in at the 3. Now here's Drummond. And the layup's good off the glass. Bill in Houston, if there's one critique of James Harden's game, it's been his defense. But do you think that's changing a bit? We're seeing some evolving in his game.
Definitely changing. First of all, he's playing defense now, which has been a revelation.
Jeff Bezdelik, I think, has really gotten his fingerprints on it.
Yeah, good name drop, too, by the way. I like that. Yeah, you know what changes your defense is being picked apart online and Twitter GIFs and YouTube clips and people on studio shows on big, giant HD screens pointing out that you didn't try on this and that you're a matador. And I think that there's been a shaming element of his defense that's actually been successful for him. And I wish we'd had that in the 80s for Dominique Wilkins and some of these other guys. Maybe if we had shamed Dominique Wilkins, maybe we would have played better defense.
Here's Jackson following the score by Houston. The ball's knocked loose, stolen by Westbrook. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Jackson against Harden. Jackson passes to ABC. Fades away. And it's Drummond missing.
And that's a surprise. He's usually deadly from mid-range.
Here's Westbrook. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
A lot of enthusiasm to the start of this game. So far, a perfect 4 for 4.
Pass to Drummond. And Capella sends it back. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Detroit with the ball. Jackson passes to ABC. Capella against Drummond. 4 on the clock. Shoots over Capella. Drummond with another miss.
He's hit a rough patch this quarter. He's trying to shoot his way out of it, though.
And the dunk by Capella.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Jackson, no good on the shot, a bit long that time. Rockets leading by 6. Bill, with last year's do-or-die season finale between Minnesota and Denver, final game of the regular season, momentum is gathering for a play-in tournament, maybe for the last 2 playoff spots. What do you think would be more significant? And you want that regular season to mean something every night.
Mean a little bit more.
Yeah.
Make the pace, I don't know. When you get after the All-Star break, you can really feel these guys slogging through it. You know, and especially with the good teams, like a team like Golden State. All they did all year was whine and complain. Oh, well, we knew this was going to be a hard season. It can't be that hard. You have 4 of the best 20 players. Like, settle down. I think you'll be fine. You're winning every game by 30 points.
Yeah.
But I wish they would tighten the season.
And it's Gordon missing.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's Kennard. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Pistons shooting their first free throws of the game right now. And he makes the first. Bill, one shot to win a game. You can pick any player. Who's going to take that shot for you?
Kevin Durant. I think he has the most ways to get a good shot off. I always look at it as, is it a quality shot to get off? So he can post the smaller guy up. He can shoot a 3. He's got the pull-up hezzy jumper, as he calls it. He can go to the lane and pump fake and do a little drop step. And I just think he has the most moves. Some people would say LeBron, but am I getting regular season LeBron or playoff LeBron?
Playoff LeBron.
Playoff LeBron would be my number one choice.
He'd be pretty good.
Yeah, he'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Regular season LeBron, I'm not as enthused about.
Pistons trailed by 4. Earlier, David Aldridge spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey. Dave, what'd you find out?
Hey, Kevin. Hey, it's clear that they're excited about their first preseason game. They're tired of beating each other up. He said they've had a great camp, and now he wants to see how some of those changes they've made work in a live setting. He told his guys, no more dress rehearsals. It's time for the show. Kevin?
Okay, David, thanks. Here is Harden following the basket by Blake Griffin. Off the mark, his first miss of the game, 1 for 2. Inside, and Jackson with the basket on the assist by Griffin. It's a tie ball game. Talking about last-second shot instincts, Bill, you mentioned LeBron, KD. What about Curry? Where does Curry rank in that conversation?
Curry's good.
Top 5?
You can guard Curry in those one-on-one situations with the right people. I'm not saying you're going to stop him, but, you know, you put a taller guy on him. And Curry, to me, Curry is the greatest not in the offense scorer I've ever seen in my life.
Bill, you've watched the NBA evolve. Talk about some of the biggest changes over the last decade you've seen.
The three-point line and the threes or foul shots philosophy, I think, is the biggest thing. Just the pace of the game has really improved and to a really pleasing way for fans. Like just what Steve Nash was doing last decade in those Suns teams, that everybody's playing that way now.
Right.
I think the social media and the players basically getting rid of the wall between them and the fans, using social media, using Instagram, and we just feel like we know these guys better. And their ability to control their own message now versus where they were 10 years ago.
Huge.
It all started with the decision in LeBron James and has carried through this whole decade. And these guys now, they can get whatever message out they want. They can criticize the president. They can criticize their own team. They can ask for a trade. If they get called out by some writer or somebody who writes a hit piece, they can go back at the guy and sick all their fans on the writer.
In case anyone was wondering, this is what it looks like when you're in the zone. He hasn't missed one all quarter.
And they double up Jackson, and the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And so here is Houston. Westbrook finds Harden. Lob pass to Capella. And he uses the glass on the layup. Capella's got 8 points.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's ABC, defended by Gordon. ABC passes to Griffin. And Griffin slams it in.
When Blake sees a lane to the basket, it looks like his eyes lights up and he attacks.
And it's Harden with the ball for the Rockets. They trail by 1. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Detroit.
Yeah, a good matchup. These are two teams that played each other to a draw in the regular season last year. Clearly a foul.
Houston shooting their first free throws of the game.
James Harden. 2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
And the southpaw stroke of Harden is just beautiful to watch. When he's cooking, he's one of the more lethal scorers in our league.
Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Houston. Green comes in for Eric Gordon. Then for the Pistons, Tony Snell's checked in for ABC, and it's Rose in for Kennard. And both free throws good for James Harden. Always a spirited debate, Bill, around the NBA. Which team was the best ever? I know you have an opinion on a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, I used to feel really strongly about my opinion on this, but I think basketball has changed so much over this decade that I'm not even positive how you could compare what this Warriors team is versus what... I always thought the 86 Celtics were the best team, but the 86 Celtics were built... I always compared it to a hockey team on a power play where you're just trying to get closer and closer to the net and crowd the net, and they were just built around getting layups and the best possible shots. The Warriors are built around math and shooting threes and spacing the floor. And if you took the 86 Celtics and indoctrinated them in that style for 5 years, they all would have been shooting threes, and they probably would have done it better than the Warriors, but I don't know. So I almost have like the before-after with theirs. I think the Warriors are the best team of the math era, but I still think the 86 Celtics were the best start-to-finish season anyone's had. The dark horse for me was the 01 Lakers, the second Lakers team. When Shaq and Kobe, they had won the year before, rocky first few months, and then they figured out whatever they needed to figure out, and Phil Jackson probably sprinkled some Zen fairy dust on them or whatever he did, and they just ripped through the league. And they came very close to going undefeated in the playoffs. So that would be my dark horse.
And he comes up with the deuce.
And no doubt both teams competing at a high level, but the consistency has been lacking here. Another lead change.
I like to fight in these clubs. Neither side willing to give an inch. We'll see how it turns out.
And Chandler throws it down. No shortage of drama here early on.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
Picking back up, Bill, on our discussion of the greatest teams from different eras. What about those Chicago teams with Jordan in the 90s?
You know, the best one was probably the 92 team, but I really do think the league got a little diluted there in the 90s because of expansion. I don't think there was like the quote-unquote best Bulls team. I think Jordan was so great, he made it look probably a little easier than it was, but you know, there's teams, they never really went against a great center other than 95 and 96 against Shaq. And, you know, the NBA pretends this never happened, but the Magic beat them when Michael came back from baseball, and Shaq and Horace Grant destroyed them. They were just too big for them. So, you know, for me, I still think that Shaq-Kobe 01 team was really great. Like, those guys were averaging 30 points a game each that year. And we're just unstoppable. All the role players were really good. They had Big Shot Rob on that team, and Fisher, and Brian Shaw, Rick Fox. Like, that was a really good team. But I still think the 86 Celtics, having 4 Hall of Famers in the front court, DJ, Danny Ainge, the home court advantage, Bird at his peak of his powers, like, I would still say them.
And the Rockets last season, first team to ever shoot more threes, Bill, than twos.
Yeah, is that a good thing?
It's more interesting to watch. Percentages are a little skewed.
Is it more interesting to watch if you're 7 years old or if you love basketball like us? I don't know.
It's
I
fun
still
to
love
call.
the back cut.
Yeah, I agree.
This is the society we're in now, right?
I
Like,
know,
people love home runs. They love three-pointers.
The big shots.
I will never in my life get used to watching guys on a 3-on-2 fast break go to the corners versus go to the basket.
And that's
for a
what
layup.
Houston does.
And that's what Houston does, and mathematically it's the right move. But I still kind of like layups sometimes.
You're a traditionalist.
I like to straddle traditionalism versus the new math. I get the new math. I don't understand shooting 45 threes in a game. Just, what is that? It's just a new form of basketball, I guess.
It is, yeah.
And a lot of scoring here early on. This is the type of game the fans love to see.
I love it. Really, both teams running plays that fit the personnel, going back and forth.
Morris. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Taking a workman-like approach inside. That's the shot you want.
Rivers against Jackson. Rivers can't get it to go.
Can't finish. And defensively, nice job of altering the shot without fouling.
Good on the bucket.
Yeah, what a quarter for him. Firing on all cylinders, putting this team in a good place.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 9. Good for another basket for him. Number 4 today. He's 4 of 8.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Rose kicks to Morris. Jackson from long range. Missed the shot. He's made 3 and missed 3 from the field. Outside, Green. 51 seconds left to play in the first quarter. 6 to shoot. Shoots the 3. Drills it from outside. Now it's a 4-point Rocket lead.
He's just one of those guys who just knows how to generate offense regardless of the situation.
Rose against Harden. That's tipped, and that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. The Rockets making a switch here. Davis is checked in.
Deontay Davis.
Here's Jackson. He's got 7. Right side, Griffin. 5 on the clock. Morris inside. He's guarded by Chandler. Second chance shot. Nice spin off the left rim and in. That's 7 points for Markieff Morris. Rivers with it. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Outside, Davis. Here's House. And he gets the bucket. James Harden getting it done for the Houston Rockets. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. Back right after this. One of the most dominant big men in the league, Andre Drummond, says he's learned how to be a leader on this team.
Watching previous guys who've led this team and did the things that they did, I write that kind of stuff in the back of my head and just say, this is something I need to do this. Or if I see something I didn't like, this is something I probably will stay away from. And I think now that I'm in a role where I could kind of lead this team, I kind of have the blueprint on what I need to do to make this team successful.
And, Greg, with Blake Griffin, he's got somebody to take some of that leadership role alongside him.
And those two will be pivotal in deciding just how good this team can be.
Preseason in the NBA, and it's great to have you with us. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
And boy, I tell you, it didn't take them long to find their rhythm. Strong offense through one.
Yeah, their scoring's been on point. They've got the early lead. Always feels good when that happens.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for the Pistons, Griffin is out there with Tony Snell. Then there's Derrick Rose. Then there's Markieff Morris. And it's Jackson in at the point guard position. Bill, we know about the love affair you have with the NBA, and you've written about it for so long. Started with the $4 ticket in Boston with your dad.
Yeah, my dad bought season tickets for the 1973-74 Boston Celtics, and it was only one ticket. And I think it was $4 a game, probably like $160 total. And he used to carry me in mainly because they didn't want to pay for a babysitter. So I started going to games that year, probably sleeping through a lot of them, and they won the title.
How old were you in 72?
So I was 4.
4 years old.
I'm not going to lie, I don't remember anything from that season. The first season I remember is the year later when they lost before the finals to Washington. And then the year later, they won the famous finals against Phoenix, the triple overtime game. I was there.
Was Cowens on that team?
Cowens, Havlicek,
Yep.
JoJo White.
Yep.
And I was at the triple overtime game in the 76 finals. Was probably the most famous NBA game ever of the... the kids out there now would nominate like Game 7, 2016 or something. But triple overtime game was the most famous game ever. And I slept through the entire second half and the first overtime.
Oh, no.
But then woke up because everybody was standing the whole second overtime, so I had to get up.
On its way from Rose for 2, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Rockets leading by 3. Green taking his time here. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, he has to be careful now. He doesn't want to pick up that third foul this early.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Tyson Chandler. And then for Detroit, ABC comes in for Tony Snell. And it's Luke Kennard in for Reggie Jackson. To the paint. House the pass to Davis. Here's Tucker. Another miss by Houston. Pistons trailed by 3. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
There's just a handful of big men in this league that you're comfortable running the offense through. Griffin, he's one of those guys.
Now, here's Green. He has 7. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to go on Markieff Morris. For Houston, they have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
First one falls for him. Gordon's checked in for the Rockets. Russell Westbrook comes in for Gerald Green. Drummond's checked in for Detroit. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Bill, several of your books have been bestsellers. How did it feel to see your work so well received around the world?
I think I was really happy that the basketball book did well because I spent a long time writing it, and it was 700 pages. And when it got mailed to me, it was so big, I thought people would just be terrified of it. And, it turns out...
I think they embraced it.
Yeah, I think they did. They liked it. I designed it for people to be able to put on their toilet or bring on an airplane or whatever they want to do with it. But I was always amazed that there wasn't a basketball book that tried to kind of group all these other books and some of the opinions and all the misinformation. Like the fact that, honestly, the reason I wanted to write the book was just that people thought Will Chamberlain was better than Bill Russell. And yet every single thing written in the 60s was that Bill Russell was better. And all the players would say Bill Russell was better. And when they played together, Bill Russell's team won. So it's like, how do we get to the point where people think Will Chamberlain was better? So it was that and some other stuff that made me want to write the book.
Now here's Rivers. It's up a 3. It's Drummond with the rebound. Pistons trailed by 5. Here's ABC. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Westbrook. And Rivers with the basket on the assist by Eric Gordon.
Once you get Austin out in space, his quickness and fluidity really shines.
Rose finds Drummond up high to stuff the alley-oop.
With the flexibility to adjust at the rim, Drummond can catch the pass almost anywhere and still throw it down.
Westbrook against Rose. Fires the 3. And it's Russell Westbrook with Capella. He's checked in for Houston. Let's take a look at last year's leading shot blockers. You don't want one of these guys in front of you when you're coming down the lane. Second is Clint Capella.
And shot blocking is the element of the game that I think he cares about the most. That's where he puts in that effort and energy.
Rose looking around. On the wing, Morris. Back to Rose. Here's Kennard. He's guarded by Rivers. Just 5 to shoot. Takes the 3. Kennard's shot is off.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Here's ABC. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. ABC's got his first bucket of the night. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for Houston. 6-point game. Capella dishes to Westbrook. Second shot opportunity. And it's Capella missing.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Rose against Westbrook. They get a hand on it, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook.
And here's a look at some stats for Westbrook. He's coming off an excellent season. First in assists, 5th in steals, and of course he was among the best in the league when it came to putting the ball in the basket. Top 10 in scoring.
And dropping a lot of dimes. He led the league in assists because he's the ultimate competitor, an absolute magician with the basketball. Now here is Morris. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Rose, and Detroit again with the bucket.
The defense has to be better. When he gets those looks, he usually knocks them down with ease, like he did there.
Westbrook kicks to Rivers. Rose against Westbrook, and it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Ball's knocked loose. Now Morris. He has 7. Pass to ABC. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. The shot from 20 feet away. Got it, and the Houston lead has been cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Derrick Rose.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Houston's gone 1 of 4 from 3-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Rivers passes to Westbrook. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Pistons trailed by 4 for 3. And it's Rose missing.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Rivers finds Westbrook. Lob pass to Capella.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. Pass to Morris. Here's Kennard. Drummond with it, and guarded by Capella. It's rebounded by Houston. Westbrook's got his 4th rebound in this one. To the middle, trying to find Capella, gets it to him. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Here's ABC. Here's Kennard. Lock at 6. Detroit, no good that time either.
I mean, the mid-range jump shot, a lot of guys have a hard time knocking it down.
Westbrook up top. He's covered by Rose. And the foul called on Markieff Morris. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Houston making a switch here. Harden's checked in, and the Pistons making a change here as well. Jackson's checked in. Here's Capella. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. He gives them a double-digit lead. Pistons trail by 11. The pass to Kennard. On the wing, Morris. Drummond working against Capella. Out to Morris. Can they get it? Rockets with the rebound. Westbrook's got his 6th rebound on the night.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Detroit. Here's ABC. And that one hits back iron. Houston leading by 11. Harden outside. Down low. Here's Tucker. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 3 assists in the game.
But that's an excellent pass. On time, on target. Great teamwork.
Here's Kennard. He kicks it to Morris. Kennard, the pass to Morris. Good on the triple. Morris has got 10.
He's done his job tonight scoring the basketball, but they've still been outplayed overall.
Capella, high post. And the foul called on Markieff Morris. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And that's his 3rd foul. The chance you take leaving him in with 2. Let's see if they'll sit him now until the half.
Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Griffin's checked in for the Pistons. Tony Snell comes in for ABC. Harden, Kennard with the rebound.
Well, if you're the coach, you're frustrated right now. That's exactly the look you're trying to get on offense.
And the slam by Blake Griffin.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
Westbrook kicks to Capella. Pass to Chandler. Here's Harden. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
He is 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
Harden. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Green, he's checked in for Eric Gordon. Harden hits them both.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Out to the right wing. To the middle. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Westbrook scanning the floor. Lob pass to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Always full of terrific insights. Bill Simmons, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you. My insights, thank you as well.
And Smitty, so great to have Bill with us, a guy who's ahead of the curve creatively.
Kevin, he was a pioneer in blogging, Emmy nominated for his work on documentaries. The guy never stops thinking of new ways to produce content.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Pistons have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
Taking 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Jackson. Well, Steve, at the same time that the rest of the NBA seems to be going small, the Pistons are building their fortunes around 2 traditional big men like Drummond and Blake Griffin. Do you like that direction?
Yeah, I do. Andre Drummond, he has tremendous mobility for his size. And Blake Griffin, he's highly skilled. I think it's about the pieces you put around them, guys that can shoot and guys that can play without the basketball in their hands.
Rockets leading by 10. Outside Westbrook. And it's Houston with another.
Early in this quarter, he's been aggressive and selective with his shots. Tremendous efficiency.
Jackson finds Drummond. Back to Jackson. Poke loose. Chandler with the steal. From 10 feet out. And it's Houston with another. Pistons trail by 14. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Drummond with it. Now Chandler defending. Drummond passes to Griffin. Here's Kennard. He's covered by Westbrook. 4 on the shot clock. Pulls up. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
This is a problem for him. Inconsistent from the mid-range.
I love seeing Harden stroke it from there. One of the most lethal shooters we have in the game.
That one misses. And so it's Houston with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Russell, how confident are you that there's nobody that can stay in front of you?
Very confident. I have a lot of confidence in myself. I put a lot of work in the summertime. I'm very confident.
That is never a problem for you, Russ. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Boy, what a crowd joining us here for our halftime report. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. There was no stopping Russell Westbrook in the first half. He ended up with 15 points, 2 steals, and 5 assists. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
In that first half, terrific composure from Russell Westbrook. You know he's going to play with emotion, and he's going to try to intimidate you, but his ability to play under control now really makes the difference.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
Well, they struggle in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
Day turning tonight here in the Southwest. We're in Houston. Welcome back, everyone. And we're getting back to the action. It's the NBA preseason here on 2K Sports. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game. He has been everywhere.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
Defensively coming in, you know he's going to be tough to stop, but I'm still waiting to see a plan to even contain him.
The NBA preseason action continues here on 2K Sports. We've got Harden. E.J. Tucker is out there with Clint Capella. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Gordon in at the small forward position. They're the group for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. And that one's good. Westbrook.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
There's Jackson with the three. Goes back up. Griffin finds Drummond. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. 8 points for Drummond.
The one thing about Drummond, you can be right up on him. Even try to overplay his strong side, he can still get it done.
Pass to Harden. Passes it to Westbrook. Off target from outside. Pistons trail by 16. Outside Jackson. Inside. Here's Griffin. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
I love the way Griffin, eye on the prize, going after the rim, is either going to dunk it or you're going to foul it.
And Blake Griffin said early in his career he used to rely on his athleticism to get by. He said the problem was every season he'd be worn out by February. So diversifying his offensive game has helped him to kind of withstand the rigors of a long NBA season.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And the free throw, no good. And Greg, you look at a lot of the volume dunkers over the years, their bodies often wear down. You think of Amari Stoudemire, Antonio McDyess, even Dwight Howard.
Yeah, I think Griffin could see the writing on the wall. He used to get over 200 dunks in a season. Now, less than half that number. But the trade-off, hopefully, will be longevity and an increased skill set.
And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That's his first foul. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for Houston. They led by as many as 18 points. The pass to Tucker. Out to the wing. Westbrook double team. Gordon outside. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
And with that miss, shooting only 20% coming out of the break. Ouch.
Now here's Jackson. 12 points for him. Back to Griffin. And Griffin slams it in.
On the attack all evening. Not sure at this point what can slow Blake Griffin down.
Westbrook kicks it to Tucker. The Rockets with another miss. Pistons trail by 12. Kennard, the pass to Griffin. Shoots over Tucker. Griffin's shot is off. Houston's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Outside Gordon. Pass to Westbrook. Stolen by Jackson. Westbrook finds Capella. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking
a look here at the numbers for Clint Capella. Last season, he played outstanding. First in field goal percentage, second in blocks, and he also finished the season in the top 10 in rebounding. It's just a terrific year on the glass.
And last year, he really was the poster boy for scoring efficiency. You could count on one hand the number of bad shots he took. Now here's Jackson. He's got 12. Releases from 15. They grab their own miss. And Drummond is right there. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
No, they didn't put enough body on Drummond. He has too much talent for that.
Here's Westbrook. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Pistons trail by 12. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Outside for Griffin. Poked away. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. Detroit making a switch here. Rose is checked in. Here's Griffin. He's got 19. Shot clock at 2. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Steve, now that you've had a little time away from the game as a player, what are some of the things you notice now that maybe you didn't notice when you were playing before?
Well, I think right now the emphasis on nutrition. Kevin, I did not take that serious. I thought I could eat whatever I wanted to. And I think also right now I look and love what is going on technology-wise as far as guys being able to use technology to help their game and to enhance their game.
Now here's Gordon. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. From 20 feet out, he clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. And the Rockets lead by 14. Here's Drummond, and it's Drummond with the jam.
The power this young man generates at the rim. Drummond is explosive.
Jackson against Westbrook. Kicks it out to Harden. Over Rose. He can't get that one. And it's Detroit the other way.
Just hasn't had it tonight, but his teammates are picking up the slack.
Outside Griffin. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Griffin's got 22.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Harden dishes to Westbrook. Houston moving it around. Now here's Tucker, defended by Griffin. Pass to Harden. Outside Westbrook. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good.
And that's rough. He did have 3 in the first half, but hasn't had one since.
Here's Jackson, and Capella sends it back. Gordon kicks to Harden. The feed to Capella. Rebound, Detroit.
And the play looked good there for a second, just couldn't finish.
Well, the pass has to be on point. Then the catch and flush just doesn't work out here.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 17 to the middle. On the wing, Eric Gordon. Capella, high post. Harden scanning the floor from downtown. Rebound, Detroit. Drummond's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Let's go, Rose. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got assist number 7 for him tonight. Rockets leading by 7. Harden outside. Here's Tucker. Off the mark, and the drought continues. And it's Drummond with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half.
Just great at getting after it defensively, forcing guys into tough shots.
Yeah, to be successful, you've got to protect the paint. He rises to that challenge.
Here's Tucker. Griffin with some nice D.
Uh-oh, he misses the bunny. I think he thought somebody was coming over to contest it.
And that one, good. Now just a 5-point Houston lead.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
They've been looking out of sorts in the last few possessions.
And this is when
a whole new 5 on the floor. And then for Detroit, Morris comes in for Andre Drummond. And Tony Snell subbed in for ABC. Down low, it's stolen by Rose. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. Pistons trail by 5. Passes it to Rose. Over Green. Green with the rebound. And here's Houston. They led by as many as 18 points. Here's Rivers. Lays it up and banks it in. Rivers has got 6.
I mean, he's extremely confident and aggressive. Rivers loves to take it up inside.
Rose against Green. Outside Rose. Over Green. Green with the block. House the pass to Rivers. Lets a floater go. He takes it up and lays it in. And now a 9-point Rocket lead.
The floater is one of Rivers' go-to moves. His touch is so nice and delicate inside the paint.
Here's Griffin. The shot will not fall. The Rockets go the other way with it. Here is House. Kicks it to Rivers. Over Jackson. Rivers can't get it to go.
And that can't happen. Missing the wide open chip shot.
Rockets leading by 7. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Austin Rivers, a lottery pick in 2012 after 1 year at Duke. He wasn't ready at first, needed time to round out his game. Now he's established himself as a quality guard.
And the first one at the line is good. You know, Austin Rivers has earned more minutes through his commitment at the defensive end of the floor.
That's how you do it, Kevin. Solidify your spot, then you can build confidence offensively.
And so he's able to get one of two. And Austin Rivers out of Duke, an elusive 6'4" combo guard.
I mean, a great handle, and he's found most of his offensive success with his development as a long-range shooter. It's gotten to the point now where you want him to put it on the deck.
And so here is Houston following the bucket by the Pistons. And it's Green with the jam.
Oh, and he breaks out the tomahawk. No soft finish there. Pure power.
Yeah, we could feel that one all the way over here. Now here's Jackson. 14 points for him. He kicks it to Griffin. Over Davis. Misses off the right iron. And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for the Rockets. They're leading by 8. They get it again. Davis finds Green. Jackson against Rivers. And there's the pass to Davis. Clock at 4. And there it is for him. And the Rockets lead by 10.
Threading the needle right there. Rivers does a good job of executing with the pass.
Green against Rose. On the wing, Jackson. Back to Rose. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Now here's Rivers. He's got 9. Inside. Chandler down low. Griffin's there. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Detroit. Pistons trail by 8. Rose kicks to Morris. To the inside. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And that is in Blake Griffin's DNA, dunking on guys. Blake Griffin, an all-star for his first 5 seasons in the NBA, but not the last 3. He's still an impact player, though. We'll see if he can crack the roster in the East.
One shot, gentlemen.
That free throw good from Griffin. Well, as we all know, Blake Griffin, Steve, possessing breathtaking athleticism, but injuries certainly have been a concern.
You're right. A lot of it, just bad luck. A teammate falls on your knee. That kind of thing happens. But his skill level is starting to complement his power. I think he'll be fine.
Rivers can't get it to go.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Griffin dishes to Rose. Back to Griffin. Outside Rose. Pass to Kennard. And the 3 off target. Rockets leading by 5.
2-for-1 territory, but they got to work quick.
This is where the play calling comes in. Let's see what they got.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Rivers. Back to Green from the arc. And the rebound goes to Griffin. Griffin's got his 6th rebound on the night. Inside, Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Great look by Blake Griffin. When your foreman has that ability to pass the basketball, it's a major advantage.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Rockets lead by 3. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
So many good point guards in this league. So much responsibility comes with that position. That was a smart play.
Thanks again for tuning in as we get going once again with our coverage of the NBA preseason. On the court for the Pistons, they've got Morris. ABC is out there with Griffin. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's Kennard in at the 2. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You know, Austin Rivers, the 10th overall pick in the 2012 draft, has turned into a nice combo guard, having the ability to play the 1 and the 2.
First one falls for him. Good on both.
It's interesting. No free throw attempts for him in the first half. He's finally pushing the action and reaping the reward.
Passes it to ABC. Back to Rose. The Pistons working the ball around now. Morris passes to Griffin. Griffin draws the double. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You two players.
And Detroit has possession. Over to the wing. Here's ABC. The wing jumper off target.
Not sure of the thought process on that one. Really bad shot selection.
Well, you're playing for the team, not just yourself. They needed much better execution that trip down the floor.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Rose kicks to Griffin. Feeds it to Morris. The pass to Kennard. Shot clock at 6. Fires from deep. Tyson Chandler pulls it in. Chandler's got his 5th rebound in this one. The drive by Green, and the foul called on Markieff Morris. That's his 5th foul.
Just a little too aggressive. His 5th foul of the night. Expect them to go right at him to try to pick up number 6.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. P.J. Tucker comes in for Chandler. And it's Russell Westbrook in for Austin Rivers. And a switcher also for Detroit. Drummond's checked in. Now here's Green. And Tucker has it in the corner. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. And the Rockets lead by 10.
Not sure who was supposed to close out on him. Huge defensive breakdown.
And this has been a running theme. Guys out of position, failing to contest. Just look at the scoreboard.
Here's Kennard. Pass to ABC. Griffin against Harden. And he overshot that one, missing. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Houston Rockets. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Now, here is Harden. Blake Griffin pulls it in. Griffin's got 7 rebounds in the game. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his 1st foul. Gordon's checked in for the Rockets.
Eric Gordon.
Pistons trail by 10. ABC passes to Rose. Drummond up top. Capella covering. Stolen by Tucker. Harden outside. Right wing. Westbrook finds Tucker. Got a piece of it. Detroit's gone 6 of 14 with the 3-ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. And Drummond gets it to go on the assist by Griffin. Drummond's got it back down to single digits for Detroit. For Houston, they've gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. A nice shot by Tucker.
All about converting your opportunities. He just hit his second 3 of this half, 3rd of the night.
Rose kicks to Drummond. Back to Griffin. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And guys, I like what they're doing here in the second half, getting a lot of production in the paint and still trailing, but starting to show some grit down low.
One shot.
Despite all the injuries, Griffin was given the big contract. That kind of thing is a guessing game, but with high stakes.
Timeout call. It's a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Mike D'Antoni talked to his team. He still wants them to be aggressive and assertive on offense. He said, I don't want us to get content with this lead. Build on it. Don't give them any chance of getting back in this thing. Kevin?
Here's Rose, following the basket by Russell Westbrook. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. The 11-footer. That one off the back iron and out. Houston leading by 10. Harden outside. Kicks it to Westbrook. To the paint. Trying to find Capella. Gets it to him. An emphatic alley-oop jam. So many different approaches, Steve, on offense. Some guys force the issue, but Steve, who are some guys that really practice patience?
I think LeBron James. I think Kevin Durant. I think Klay Thompson. Anthony Davis. Kawhi Leonard to somewhat of a degree. Chris Paul. There's so many guys. I love the way they can just let the play develop or let the game develop. And then they can take over, but those are some of the names I think they play with a lot of patience.
Here is Harden. Following the basket by Blake Griffin. And the foul called on ABC. That is his 1st foul of the game. Here's Capella. He kicks it to Tucker. Houston moving the ball around.
Coming down the stretch here, holding the lead. You like him to be more efficient offensively.
Passes it to ABC. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
The new head coach of Detroit is Dwayne Casey. They're lucky he was available. He guided the Raptors to a franchise best 59 wins last season, and he was the coach of the year.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And it goes to show you that any coach can get fired. Casey, one of the most successful, highly regarded coaches in the league, and Smitty still got let go.
If you learn about all he's overcome, all the tough jobs he's worked in the past, you knew he'd take it on the chin and keep on trucking.
So he gets them both. And it's the Rockets with the ball. And here's Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Rose passes to Drummond. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Tucker. 3-on-3. Here's Westbrook. Rebounded by the Pistons. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. Westbrook against Rose. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Gordon. He can't get that one to fall. Rose with some nice D.
Tough night for him shooting the basketball, but this team has been resilient. That's why they've held the lead.
And that one drops. ABC's got 4 this quarter.
And defensively, neither side able to get many stops.
Well, this is when you need them, late in the game. It's not all about scoring.
Now, here's Westbrook over Rose. The putback, and it's put back up and in by Capella. Capella's got 20.
And, guys, the offensive rebounding really has stood out here this half. All those second chance points are helping them maintain that lead.
Drummond working against Capella. Drummond dishes to Griffin. It's rebounded by Houston. Westbrook's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. He dishes it to Harden. To the wing right side. Tucker. No good on the triple.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Westbrook pulls it in.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Lob pass to Capella. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Now, here's Rose. Drummond finds Griffin. Now the pass to ABC. Shot clock at 5. There's Rose with the 3. Drummond controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
The upward explosiveness of Andre Drummond, almost impossible to stop on the putback.
Harden draws the double. Here's Gordon. And it's sent back by Drummond. And he's able to get it back.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Now here's Drummond. Pass to Griffin. Right through the D for the layup. Griffin's got 7 now in this quarter.
He has gotten into a terrific groove here, trying to wheel his team back into this.
Shot by Gordon, wide open. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. Westbrook's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. Rose kicks to Griffin. Tries from 16. That shot missing. So Houston will take it the other way. The 3. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Shoots from the elbow. It's rebounded by Houston. Harden's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Took him no time at all on that one. And the Rockets lead by 19.
And until someone stops him, he's just going to continue to keep firing from distance.
Of our Jordan Player of the Game, Clint Capella.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
This is as good a game as we've seen him play, and this crowd can't get enough of it. When he explodes like this, it becomes a special atmosphere in here.
The playmaking of Reggie, a work in progress, but looking good right there.
One shot.
And with James Harden winning the MVP in 2018, Russell Westbrook in 2017, Kevin Durant in 2014, you think a few what-ifs right now in Oklahoma City?
A few more than that, Kevin. I mean, probably tough for them all to win MVP playing on one team. A good shot at a different trophy, though, maybe the one that starts with the name of Larry.
The dish to Westbrook. 6 to shoot. Gordon for 3. Rebound Andre Drummond. Drummond's got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. Griffin. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Andre Drummond in his mid-20s. He's led the league in rebounding 3 consecutive seasons. And Greg, last season was his best one yet.
Really, I think, established himself as the franchise player for the Pistons. They'll go as far as he can take them. At the same time, though, I think the acquisition of Blake Griffin will only help to mature his game.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one. You often hear great players say, I want to be the leader of this team. But Smitty, is every great player actually cut out? Are they wired enough to be a leader and play that role?
No, not at all. You have some fantastic, phenomenal players talent-wise, but just not their role to be a leader. And then I think when you hear guys say they want to be a leader, 9 times out of 10, that's the guy that's not the leader. Because a leader usually just evolves. But when you start saying you want to be, you're probably not. You're going to lead by example. And then a lot of the guys, obviously, some of the best, they can take it to the vocal part. But you can't ask to be a leader. It just happens.
Needs to happen organically, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Like how confident Westbrook is close to the rim. Gets high off the ground and releases his shot quickly.
To the middle. Stolen by Tucker. Gordon, the pass to Westbrook. Harden kicks to Capella. Houston moving it around. Pass to Westbrook. 6 to shoot. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Reggie Jackson. And Russell Westbrook. He is a standard bearer for the Jordan brand with his own signature shoe, Greg. Few players have ever been as competitive as Michael Jordan, but you think Westbrook may be in that conversation?
No doubt about it. The similarities don't end there. The surreal athleticism, the will to dominate, and that fire, finding grudges to motivate them to their highest level. I think there's a kinship in how MJ and Russ approach the game.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. For the Pistons, Morris is checked in for Griffin. Tony Snell comes in for ABC. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Kennard. Second free throw, no good. Pistons trailed by 18. Snell kicks to Jackson. 1:25 left in the fourth. Here's Galloway. He's guarded by Rivers. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Rivers.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Rockets.
Their superior ball handling won it for them.
And fewer turnovers equals greater scoring opportunities. Any coach will tell you that. If you take care of the ball every possession, and this is a perfect example of what happens when you do.
And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Clint Capella.
Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play.
And that one misses. Well, we know a lot of NBA players take how they've been rated in a video game, Steve, personally. You've made digital appearances during your career. Did you ever have any issues with the ratings?
No, I didn't. And I think now these players, I grew up in this generation with video games, so yes, they take it personally. They understand, and they're playing these games while they're in the NBA. So a lot of them, just like when the media is all over them, they want to have a say-so on how good they are, even in a video game.
This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
And it's Davis finishing it off.
And just putting the finishing touches on this one. They have been on fire.
I mean, a fantastic run. The guys are really clicking, and the scoreboard reflects that.
Now here's Jackson. Over Rivers. Jackson gets the bucket.
When Jackson can't get all the way to the rim, this is his go-to. Shoots for a decent percentage from mid-range.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Chandler kicks to House.
Russell.
Outside, Davis. 4 on the clock. From deep three-point range, Morris with the rebound. Jackson looking around. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, James. Congrats on the win. Looked like you guys really had a lot of confidence and really had a lot of flow offensively.
Yeah, we just tried to move the ball and make the game easy tonight. We did a great job of actually just guys getting shots, easy shots, and our defense really stepped up.
Yeah, great team performance all around, James. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it for this NBA preseason tip-off. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.